So if you're self-employed or a farmer, you're two of the types of people who are getting a poor deal at the moment. So I shared a Riverford farmers post the other week where our supermarkets lie to us. They are allowed to say they're using local farmers, indicating that we are buying meat or products from them that come from UK British farmers, and they do not. And I find that really appalling, because how many of us have bought things from a supermarket that says British, local, and it isn't. And I find that really deceptive. So I now really rarely go to the supermarket. In fact, I only really go for a couple of really essential little things that aren't even essential. So I don't go that often. I would say we have to stop using our supermarkets. You may say, well, we can't do that. Yes, you can. If you have a look online, on Instagram and TikTok especially, so many farmers are shipping meat products direct to your door at much better cost than many supermarkets. Now, there is a problem that if you shop at places like Aldi and Lidl, the meat is going to be super cheap, but it's also super toxic and bad. I personally prefer to have less that's better quality, and it's better to do that than have all the meat with nitrates in it anyway. So I get all my fruit and veg from Riverford. Now, I know it's more expensive in some cases. You can be careful with the price, but it's good quality. And if you go to a supermarket and they say 3 for the price of 2, it just rots and you throw it away anyway, so it's not actually cheaper. So for those of you who think I can't possibly not use a supermarket and buy direct because it's too expensive, please have a look around, because it's not as expensive as you might think. So if you buy from somewhere like Riverford or Abel and Cole, and they all make their own organic, healthy vegetables, even if you buy non-organic from a farm shop, and if you go to a farmer, I saw a young lady up in a northern farm far away from me, talking about how they sell certain meat selections, and yeah, they're going to specialise in their own one. So she was saying, no, we only do lamb and mutton and blah 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 and blah blah blah, but you can order half a lamb or a whole lamb or a box. You know, there's also wholesale butchers and your local butcher. So you may not know this, but your local butcher will quite often, like mine does, drop it off at the end of the day and home deliver for free. Or you can say to your butcher, like I have, can you just give me £60 worth of meat? What the most I can get for 60 quid each month, because we don't eat much meat. So then the butcher will say, okay, we get deals on this, so I can give her more each month, as long as I know that she's going to spend £60 a month every month with me. And they drop it off every week, and it's really nice, or every 2 weeks. So I don't eat a huge amount of meat, but since getting anemia and diabetes, I do. And because of my health issues, I have to eat clean. If I don't eat clean, I really feel it. So because I and my children have been eating Riverford food and direct from butchers, if we eat anything from the supermarket now, we all feel it. And we can't eat it, we feel sick. The meat smells chemical and it's just gross. The quality of it is awful. The colour isn't natural. The colour of things in the supermarkets is not the colour meat normally is. And, you know, there's so many people doing naughty things like food fraud, they call it, where they will catch fish that isn't edible and they'll put nitrates and chemicals in it to turn it a different colour so it looks edible. And we're eating all that from supermarkets. You don't get none of that nonsense from local farms and local butchers and wholesale butchers. You just don't get it. You get real meat, real fruit and vegetables that actually ripen, that look the colour they should look. So have a think about what you can do to support farmers, because do you know what? If for the next 5 or 6 months, all of us sat down and said, I'm not going to buy a single thing from a supermarket, just imagine how we could change the world with that approach. It's peaceful. It's non-violent. It's a wonderful way to protest that we're not happy with the way the world is working right now. And we can say enough is enough. Support our local farmers. Do a fair deal, stop overtaxing them so that they cannot even produce anything at a reasonable price. I mean, Jeremy Clarkson's farm is amazing, isn't it? He's really started to make us see what they do. And buy direct from your farmers every which way you can. Buy less if it costs you a little bit more so that you've got quality. Because of my diabetes and that, can't fully stop using some supermarkets because I have to get certain things that are not fruit, vegetable and meat orientated. But what I am going to do is make sure I don't spend more than £40 a month maximum, which is about £15 a week at a supermarket from now on. And I probably won't even spend more than £5 a week at a supermarket. And if I, you know, it's only going to be for like milk or butter if I can't get it at a farm shop. Other than that, I'm going to pretty much not go to a supermarket for the next 6 months. This is how I'm going to stand my ground and stand in my power and say, I'm only buying from real British farmers for the next 6 months. I will not go to the supermarkets. I will not buy anything from them. And that's how I'm going to do it. I hope all of you are inspired to do the same thing as well, because you can buy from them directly. I have always purchased in bulk. Now, I know it's not hard to do this. It's not easy to do this because you've got to kind of be able to buy in bulk first in order to buy in bulk again. But you can team up with friends and family, okay? So what I started to do was say, right, I'm going to buy this in bulk. And then you buy it. And then whilst you're using it, you start saving up for the next bulk buy. It saves you a fortune. And it doesn't have to be a massive amount that you spend or use or do. So do it with your friends and pair up with people or do it in a group. So you can say, well, do you know what? Shall we order a whole lamb between us? And then it's only going to cost us £50 each or something. I mean, the meat that I buy from wholesales and butchers and things like that is way cheaper than in the supermarket anyway. It's a lot cheaper because you're cutting out the middleman. Who's the middleman? The supermarket. So honestly, have a look around in what's your area, what your farmers can do. Because if you go to your farmer and say, well, look, can you just, I can only afford 80 quid a month. Can you just send 80 quid a month, 40 quid a month, 120 a month? They will work to what you can give because they'll value having direct customers. They're all trying to do it now. They have to survive. So I buy my meat far cheaper than all the supermarkets. It's even cheaper than the Tesco meat. And it's the right colour. And who knows what's going to be on our shelves soon anyway. So please have a think, because this budget and what they're doing is awful. And I know a lot of people have said, oh, there's nothing wrong with the budget. It hasn't hit me. Oh, yes, it has. I order loads of things online and I've already been getting loads of emails saying it's gone. Deliveries have gone up £15 each, plus that, plus this, plus that, because all these small companies are having to pay more wages and national insurance now, and we consumers are going to get that. So our cost of living has just gone even higher. I have had 5 emails today, just on Monday. It's like 2.5 business days after the budget was read. And all of those emails have given me £130 price increase every 8 weeks. So every 2 months, I have to pay an extra £80 now. So that's £40 a month increase just on 5 things that I buy regularly. £40 a month extra. You know, things like my raw dog food and that. And actually, that's just the delivery. I'm waiting for the email that says the raw meat has gone up as well, because that's just the delivery of it that has gone up. Oh, it is so depressing. So we are going to be paying the price and the farmers more. So this is how I'm going to support the farmers. Please join me. Tell me how you feel about this, because I've had enough of these irresponsible utility bills and cost of living, and the inflation goes up. I'm not going to keep paying it. So I will not use supermarkets anymore. Are you with me? Are you? Come on, we can do this. If you can't do 6 months, just do 3 months. From now until New Year, refuse to get anything from a supermarket. Buy it all locally and have pride in it.